Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Everybody, what's good? A&B show. Brad and Sean back with you. I'm Brad Kesh. We are coming to you live from the P&W with always my cohort. I was going to say cohort and co-host, and I got stuck in car part. A car part, Sean Valancourt is with me.
He's saying that because I'm a tool.
Listen, I don't believe what people say about you. Anyway, there we are back with you again. We're figuring it out. We're getting our schedules lined up. We found it's a lot easier to meet on Zoom than it is in real life because everyone's busy. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Anyway, we will be more consistent as the days go. I promise you. We do miss talking in front of you or with you or however it shakes out. So
yeah, it never helps too when you in the P&W here the weather changes and then all of a sudden next thing you know you get some vicious cough and cold, and that's kind of what happened to us there.
Yeah, I couldn't talk for a week.
I was looking doorknobs and I don't know.
Per usual, it's part of his state inspection.
That's it. Man, oh man, though, in that time period, there are so many things that's happened in the world of sports, my friend.
Yeah.
So many things. I kind of wanted to start off, and we're a little bit late to this, but Borje Salming just passed away there around the end of November. They managed to get him in just before Remembrance Day there into Toronto, into the Scotiabank Center to honor him. And it's sad. This is one of the people, like Guy Lafleur was somebody last year that hit me hard because it was somebody I grew up watching. And the same thing with Borje Salming was somebody that I really admired playing for the Leafs. He was probably one of the best defensemen, definitely the beginning of the European flood of players that came over. He was the first. And definitely wasn't the last, but he came out here and just, did his thing. And growing up in that time period, being in that time period, he was never given the chance to become a captain of the Toronto Maple Leafs. They weren't really doing that with European players back then. And now you see a lot of European players that are becoming captains now. There used to be a stat that it was only a Canadian, then it became only a North American captain who won the Stanley Cup on their team. And Nick Lidstrom and Zdeno Chara wrote that one all up. So,
Wait, hold on. So you had to be a North American descent to be, and had won a Stanley Cup to be on a team?
No, it's not that. To become the captain, there was only North American captains that won the Stanley Cup, usually Canadians.
So what happens if you didn't have one of those? You didn't have a captain?
Well, that was the thing, is that, when they traded Dale Sittler, you would have thought that the natural selection would have been Borje Salming.
Is this your team? Is this just the
Toronto Maple Leafs?
Oh, that's their thing? Not like
just them. No. It was everywhere. But like when you look at it, the first person to be named captain, I believe, is Jaromir Jagr.
That's why your team is in purgatory.
They named Max Sundin just a little while, 20 years later. 20 years later, they named him as captain.
Just
a little bit later. But my question to you, because Borje Salming was somebody that I felt a real connection to. What about you, Brad? Did you have a connection of somebody that passed away in the sports world that you felt was like, wow, that's a bit of a hole, Because you never think of that, but when you're growing up, you look at these guys larger than life people, and so I'm just wondering if there's somebody that jumps out of the page like that for you.
For me it's easy. It's Kobe Bryant.
I knew it was going to be Kobe, but I can see why too.
Yeah, it's I didn't. I always respected Kobe as a player. I hated him on the Lakers for obvious reasons. So I grew up rooting against Kobe Bryant in a lot of sense of the word, and then post-career watching him just develop as a father, and coaching his kids, and what he was giving back to the community. I kind of rank deaths that don't happen in my immediate family. I kind of rank them as significant if I can remember where I was when I heard the news, and I can tell you where I was, what I was doing, and kind of what was going on in the background when Kobe died. So that was a shock to me, and otherwise I don't know, many that have registered that way, but it definitely feels like there was a hole there. So yeah, it's interesting.
I think the thing that shocked everybody about Kobe, because I think everybody felt Kobe, because he was just so young still.
Yeah.
Like, he still looked like he could still go out there and play.
Yeah, I think that's it, right? He still felt like he was superhuman. I remember, hearing even some basketball players, talking about that were his teammates that were waiting for the story to be that the helicopter was plumbing down and he, grabbed the kids and dove out right before impact and made it because he was a superhero in their eyes. And just how much of a shock it was that he was the one that goes. I think maybe a fair point there is that we never saw him deteriorate physically, and so it wasn't. Maybe it was more stark, but for me, for sure, that's the one. The other one that comes to mind when I was younger was Derek Thomas of the Chiefs.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Remember that happening? That being a big deal. I love Derek Thomas. For a long time growing up, I wanted to name the child Derek Thomas as first name, middle name, even though he's on the hated Chiefs. So, and then I would say the third and final one is Sean Taylor, for the safety for the Redskins. I remember coming home after being out late at night and turning on Sports Center as I was going to sleep and seeing that Sean Taylor had been shot in his home. And at that point, they expected him to make a recovery. Waking up a couple hours later to go to work and turning back on Sports Center and realizing that he had passed away just in those hours. It was kind of a quick turn for him. So, those are those are the three that really stick with me. That
Interesting, man. Yeah, I think it's, and I'm sure everybody has got different players and stuff like that. And hey, comment on our Facebook page and comment on our Instagram about players that you felt that you were impacted, that passed away, and that you missed. Yeah.
Hey, great segue. Hey, folks, don't forget you should like, subscribe, comment wherever you find us, right? Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, podcast, email, fire it away. See what's what.
Love it.
Speaking of knowing what's what, we heard a question this week. Let's talk about it.
Wow, we're not even going to talk about sports. We're going to go right into this.
That's why we're the A and B show now, right?
Yeah.
We kind of stick straight to sports. We can talk about all kinds of things.
So thank you, Dalva, for bringing this up. She wanted to bring the debate back up of the hot dog and the sandwich. I think that debate is done. I've won.
It's never done.
I've won that. It's the Earl of Sandwich. He's the one that made that up. Now, is soup? This is Dalva's question. Is cereal considered a soup?
It's a hard one.
I know. I literally have been racking my brain on that one.
You don't have an opinion?
I do. I just want to hear yours.
Do you love soup as much as cereal?
I love soup, but cereal I loved when I was a kid. I don't really eat a lot of cereal now. I know.
Is that right before bed, bowl cereal?
Oh, I know. It does, and then you're feeling a little queasy sometime at some point.
I'm not as old as you. I think that it is a soup. I don't know what the basic definition of soup is, but for me, it feels like cereal is soup. I guess, can you have cold soup? Isn't cold soup like porridge?
No, cold soup.
Is that right?
No, not cold soup.
All I know about porridge is from what I learned from.
Isn't gazpacho cold soup? That's what cold soup is. Gazpacho. Yeah.
Is that like some kind of organization that is coming up?
Gazpacho.
Gazpacho police. No soup for you.
Yeah.
Am I on the right track? Is it all the same thing?
See, but the thing is, like with soup, you could puree something like a vegetable, put it in there, and it's all liquid with like chunks. Like even seafood, you could puree the seafood and put it in there.
I mean, you just put some broth in a thing and throw some chunks of food in there. I mean, how is soup different?
No, soup is different because
than cereal. That's what I'm getting.
To me, I think you gotta have some spices and stuff. Like what spices you putting in?
You ever had
cereal?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
It's cinnamon. You're gonna count the cinnamon?
The spice, is it not?
Is
it not a spice?
Cinnamon.
Is it? Listen, I'm just trying to make sounds poor. You ever had Cinnamon Toast growing up?
Isn't soup like a water-based? Because milk is not water-based.
You can have tomato soup. Tomato soup's not water-based. Use milk to make tomato soup. Not a little, a lot. Watered down, terrible tomato soup.
Man, I want to jump on the other side of this and say it's not a soup, but I can't get there. No, I can't get there.
I wanted to be the opposite side of whatever you said.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it, so I just went real hard first. It is. I think it is.
Of course, you take that side, right? Is like that's the logical side.
Listen, you gave me the opportunity.
All right, I think it's decided that cereal is a soup.
Maybe the best soup.
You don't need much to make it.
More tasty? Man, you can't mess it up.
Man, oh man, this is sugar content though. Like, I don't know.
You are old.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the things.
Hey man, busy NFL couple of weeks here.
Yeah.
Man. Busy.
Yeah, I think last time we talked to you guys was
San Fran putting a pounding on Arizona on a Monday night game. Yeah.
After Arizona lost their offensive line coach for some inappropriate conduct.
But now, San Fran has lost their quarterback.
Second quarterback, if you will.
So this is my...
Number 1 in your hearts, number 2 in your programs, Jimmy Garoppolo.
And he just got extended over there. They just extended him when he went down with injury.
I missed that part. I thought that he was still in the same contract.
No, they decided to extend him. They decided we're going to go with this guy because, well, look what he's done for us. Then he goes and he breaks his foot.
No.
But here's my thing. So they passed on Baker Mayfield. They decided to go with what is it?
Brock Purdy. So
Mr.
Irrelevant.
Mr. Irrelevant.
7th round pick.
Yeah. That says something, doesn't it? Like, we have more confidence in this guy who hasn't thrown a pass in the NFL.
Listen, either Kyle Shanahan's self-hate is very deep or he's a good evaluator of talent. We'll find out.
Well, he has to be a good evaluator of talent because somebody in Cleveland wasn't a good evaluator of talent. They put Baker Mayfield number 1. Now, Baker Mayfield...
Got you here, right? But here's the flip side of that question. Sean McVay, good evaluator of talent or no? He's won a Super Bowl.
It's debatable.
He's won a Super Bowl.
He's won a Super Bowl because he had a Super Bowl.
Kyle Shanahan hasn't won a Super Bowl.
Please.
No, for real.
Oh, man.
Just think about this. I hate both these coaches. Think about this. Right?
No, I don't.
And as we're about to record this episode right now, in a couple hours from now, if Scott Wolford
isn't good to go,
if he can't make it out, Baker Mayfield, who joined the team less than 48 hours ago, is going to start for Sean McVay.
Yeah. I think that's not because he's a great evaluator of talent. I think it's because he's desperate. He doesn't have a quarterback to go to.
Maybe.
But, maybe he's a great evaluator of talent.
I'm just saying maybe,
I mean,
right?
he inherited that team. Let's face it. He didn't build that team. You think he built that team?
He wouldn't win a Super Bowl if he still had Jared Goff.
You don't think so? Jared Goff is doing some great things in Detroit.
He wasn't doing those great things in LA. He needed to change the scenery in a bad way.
Yeah. But I don't know. Everybody jumped on to the Matthew Stafford bandwagon. And Matthew Stafford, to me, I never appreciate. I mean, I can do those things I had in Megatron. I could throw for all those touchdowns if I had Megatron catching my passes. I'm pretty sure. Just like I'm sure.
Matthew Stafford didn't win. He didn't win in Detroit. He just threw some yards.
I could have done that. Just like I felt that anybody could have played against Houston there this past Sunday, where Deshaun Watson makes his debut, looking like poop.
Deshaun Watson was just
700 days, buddy, without touching a football. 700 days without touching a football. I told everybody, hey, that's not going to be... Like, people were there going, why did Deshaun Watson suck? Maybe because he hasn't done anything in 700 days?
Well, he's done a few things.
Not on the football field. Not on the football field.
Allegedly, he's done a few things.
I mean...
Maybe not on the football field.
I could have beaten Houston. You could have thrown me out there, and I could have thrown for 2 touchdown passes against Houston.
Yeah.
Say I'm wrong.
I can't. I'm upset because I got beat in 2 fantasy leagues because the people started Cleveland's defense and their 30 points that they scored on defense.
Hey, but doesn't that make you feel good that you beat me in fantasy?
No.
It came down close. It was down to the wire, that game.
It was down the wire. I lost by 3 points in their league and by 7 points in their league, and both those teams had Cleveland's defenses scoring 30 points for them.
Listen.
Even if they just would have had a good day and scored 15, they still would have won. So, God, frustrating. Damn it. Sorry, Mom.
All I keep thinking is, like, there were some really crazy games that happened. Like, there was that game with Cleveland and Houston where the defense took over, like you said. There was the Lamar Jackson going down, And they still
saying.
beat Denver 10-9.
Listen, I would just like to say that I'm sorry to all the people that said Seattle was going to have a top 10 pick this year, and I shit on that idea. They will have a top 10 pick this year, and this will not be their own.
Yeah. I mean, really,
The way that it's continuing to go in Denver, it now appears that Seattle is on track maybe to have 3 picks in the first 38 picks of the draft.
you can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with that.
Outstanding.
You can still get some good stuff. Yeah, exactly. And man, we'll get to Russell Wilson here in a moment, but
maybe.
You know, my thing is that, you know, for Houston, I thought that Houston would have been beneficial for them to win that game. Would have been beneficial because then you shove Cleveland's pick down a little bit, right? You hand them that loss.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, hey, I might have a potential two top 10 picks in the first round.
They might have 2 top 5 picks in that draft.
I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, with Deshaun Watson, it's going to be reps. I don't think Cleveland goes into the playoffs this year. I don't think so. Everybody's talking about, oh, he's back. Maybe they have a chance.
Back?
Deshaun Watson. Maybe they have a chance. Like,
with 6 games left?
Yeah, this guy's got to get his reps. He's got to get he's got to get a whole bunch of something.
We got to stop talking about Deshaun Watson. I got too many things to.
Baker Mayfield. We all thought he was going to the CFL. No, he's.
Oh, he still might be going to the CFL.
Just not right now.
Yeah, man, what a fall from Oklahoma. You know what will probably happen. This is what I was thinking about before you showed up. Is it would be the most Sean McVay Baker thing, which are 2 terribly punchable faces coming together. Is that Baker starts tonight and just goes unconscious and throws for like 4 touchdowns and 300 yards, and the Rams win. That would be the most Baker Mayfield thing of all time. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Right, he'll plant his little garbage Rams flag, being a part of the thing for 40 hours.
Would that be enough for him to stick it?
No, because he's going to suck the rest of the year. Yeah. Like, this is how it works.
Hey, aren't you glad, though, that you got to play that game in Los Angeles against Wolford?
No, I would have rather played against Baker.
You should feel good about that, right?
That we won? Yeah, I guess.
No, I mean, you guys don't have to play him again, do you? Yeah, you do, eh? One more time.
Last game of the year. I hope it's Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, just tune him up there. Yeah.
See what's what.
Yeah.
What's up, Baker?
Hey, all those people that were hating on Geno Smith right now should eat their words. That guy threw for 300. He had a career high in that game. A career high. 300. No interceptions. I think he had a fumble.
He had an interception.
Was that an interception?
Well, it was the Bobby Wagner, and if you watch the replay, it's not an interception.
Yeah.
But it was on the stat book. It's an interception. That was a terrible call.
You know.
I'm not just being a homer, folks. Go watch it. It's terrible.
I saw that. It was bad because it looked like that the receiver had control of that ball for sure. For sure. I was amazed that Wolford actually put up a fight. That much of a fight.
Oh, he beat us. He beat Seattle last year in Seattle.
You know.
Yeah. He's the gamer. That's why I don't want to play that kid. I want to play Baker.
But it was nice. It was nice to see that. It was nice to see Geno Smith come out, just shut the haters up. But here's the thing: is that do you think that with Garoppolo going down, do you actually think that? I mean, obviously, it betters Seattle's chances to go after the NFC West, right?
Yeah.
But do you think that it's a done deal?
What's a done deal?
The NFC West is now in your back pocket.
The NFC West will come down, I think, to the game in Seattle next Thursday, the 15th, I think it is. The 49ers and Seahawks game. I think that's going to decide who the NFC West winner is.
That'll be interesting. I mean, it's great time for football right now. And right now, as it stands, like Washington and New York playing to that tie is like the most NFC East thing I've ever seen.
Yeah,
right?
remember how you were like, oh, there's 3 players, 3 teams are going to make it. Guess what?
It's 4 now.
Not now. Now the tie. That tie is going to send them home. They're going to be a half game short.
It'll send one of them home. It'll send one of them home.
It'll be the best thing ever. They'll miss the playoffs by half a game.
Yeah, it'll send one of them home. Yeah. One of them. So instead of 4, it'll still be 3. And I don't
know if there's room for that, but we'll see.
Like the NFC East, what a turnaround. What a drastic turnaround from last season. Now it's the NFC South that looks like garbage.
Man, they are terrible. They are so terrible. Even that Monday night game, like it was close and it had a really thrilling ending to it with Tom Brady coming down and you know, throwing the latest touchdown of his career for a game winner. That game was so trash.
It was like a Thursday night game.
No, it was like a high school game. It was terrible. And I like high school football. That's a disservice to high school football.
I was shocked. Like, I mean, I know why it was a Monday night game because it's supposed to be, right? Like Tom Brady against New Orleans. New Orleans always shows up to play Tampa. So yeah.
Well, but that's the biggest critique that I would have of the NFL, and I get why they do it, and I shouldn't say it's a critique, but like they set these games, and no one would have said back in August that a December game, Monday night, Saints Bucks was going to be a poor game.
Right.
You wouldn't have seen it. The Thursday night schedule is atrocious and has been atrocious. Like that's just
historically speaking,
terrible.
Yeah.
Somebody hates Amazon taking over that deal. Is all I can say because
screw you, Jeff Bezos.
Man, they did not do them any favors. And it's the other thing. And then this is just me barking up the wrong tree probably, but they still haven't figured out these end of the year games. So the last game of the season, there's some floating around on a Saturday or a Sunday, and
yeah.
Come on, Roger, make the call. I got a babysitter I got to secure for this last game of the year. It's got to be Saturday or Sunday. Just pick one. Just let me lock it up.
Man, it's exciting all the way down. AFC, though, man, oh man, now that is exciting looking at all that. When you see Kansas City going down and losing 3 times. 3 times! Yeah. Patrick Mahomes not lost to any other quarterback than Joey Burrows 3 times.
Yeah, not even your Josh Allen.
Not even my Josh Allen. You're absolutely correct.
Mr. Burrow he's a real one.
Dude.
I try not to have quarterback envy. Like just ride with whoever's getting you to the dance, but man, to have Joe Burrow be your quarterback.
No, you can't go wrong. It's the same thing. I mean, Josh Allen, you've hated Josh Allen, but he is a gamer. Everybody knows Patrick Mahomes, what he's done. But Joe Burrows, man.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I more like to pick on Josh Allen just because he's your favorite.
Yeah.
But if in the hierarchy of those 3 now, I don't think that you can push Josh Allen higher than 3. If you talk about who do you want to have controlling a game when you drive to come down to it, is it Patrick Mahomes? Is it Joe Burrow? Is it Josh Allen? Is it...
Well, Josh Allen's already showed a couple of times, a couple of chinks in the armor.
Sure.
I'll give you that.
The other, who's the kid in Herbert?
Yeah.
Justin Herbert? Yeah. Is it him? Right? I mean, obviously Tom Brady's still in the conversation. Of those 5...
No, I would go... Joe Burrow seems to have ice water in the veins, man. Like, he just does not care. And the addition of Jamar Chase back there.
He just doesn't blink.
Yeah. And so, nothing is... Like right now, Buffalo, I believe, is number 1 in the AFC.
Yes.
Not just the East, but the AFC.
Correct, because
we have the
Cincinnati.
Win over. Cincinnati. They gave us a gift. Absolutely. Yeah. Merry Christmas. They've done that before though. Cincinnati against Baltimore, sending it to the playoffs there for the first time in over like 12 years. I remember that one.
No.
Andrew Dalton.
The Red Rifle.
Yeah.
I got it right this time.
You
did. Say the Red Rocket.
The Red Rocket.
Red Rifle. Did he get a bunch of like free chicken wings or something too? Didn't that happen?
Yeah, they sent him a whole bunch of that, man.
A bunch of stuff, right?
Yeah. They actually made a donation to his favorite charity. It was,
very classy Buffalo fans.
Yeah.
Speaking of unfortunate things for Buffalo,
Von Miller. Yeah.
It's a rough one.
It is. That's
But also, how tough is Von Miller to not know he's got a torn ACL and they go and do their surgery and they're like, oh man, this thing is not intact.
We're not getting him back. I don't even think for the playoffs. Like,
you can't.
Yeah, like he's not.
You can't.
Coming back.
The fastest one to come back is like Adrian Peterson. It was like a 6 or 7 month process.
Yeah, like he's gone.
And that was unreal.
And that's unfortunate because he's been great on Buffalo's defense. Like he was a great addition.
Yeah.
And I remember them talking about that in that first game against the Rams. It's like Von Miller looks great now, but what's he going to look like in Week 11? Right?
Yeah.
Well, he's old, right? But
he's got like a coach, so he doesn't look like.
Man, he is awesome.
As a Buffalo Bills fan, do you blame the coaching staff at all for having him in a game that was well in hand, knowing that he's got some miles on those legs?
You know, you got to wonder about that, right? Because it's like they've done it with everybody. Like, they managed to sit Josh Allen a few times, like third quarter, have him sit, right?
Especially with Zebo being bulky.
But yeah, yeah, for sure. That's definitely not good because it's like, but who knows? I mean, Von Miller's also an older guy. Is he saying, I don't want to be seated? Like, who knows of that, right? Like, who's running that there? So,
well, but again, to your point, who's running that?
Yeah.
Should be the guy trying to win the Super Bowl that's running that.
Totally agree. It's a huge loss. The thing is, though, is that we'll see what happens. Now,
yeah.
Well,
like we always do.
Yeah, we'll see what
the
happens.
The secondary of Buffalo gets healthy, then they become the favorite. You got to watch out for Cincinnati coming now.
They look really good.
That is a train to be dealt with.
That's exactly it. And that's what I'm saying. Is like, okay,
you have to wonder about
the NFC is like, whatever. Oh, this team, that team, whatever. Look, nobody cares. Nobody cares. I don't care about the NFC.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, the NFC, the Super Bowl champion's going to come out of the NFC.
It probably will. It'll probably be like, Seattle makes it all the way, and then all of a sudden they pick it off.
That's quite true. But, yes.
But if you have a look at the AFC, there's juggernauts that you have to go through in order to get there.
But more importantly, they have to go through each other.
That's exactly it. It's like cannibalism.
The AFC Championship game might be the two best teams in the league this year. That might be the game. That's always a joke, right? Is that one of the championship games, either AFC or NFC, is actually like the Super Bowl because the other side is, that was especially true when the Bills were there 4 years in a row. There was always that was the talk about.
Well, that's true.
But that was also the Cowboys. So you're right. Someone sold their soul for those things, right? But
I mean, you have to look at this though, because the juggernauts you're looking at, like once Lamar Jackson's healthy, you still got Baltimore.
Sure.
Baltimore's one.
Yeah.
Then you got Kansas City. No matter what, Patrick Mahomes is a threat.
Well, just the Travis Kelce connection. Travis Kelce, Mahomes,
unbelievable. Cincinnati.
That's Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski level right there, right?
It is.
Where, like, you give them more than 25 seconds.
It is.
With the ball. Are you confident they're going to score?
That's exactly it. Cincinnati, the Bengals. I think that there's no doubting. Yeah, that's a juggernaut now.
Yeah.
You can't just sit there.
You have to think, man. Miami gets on track. I mean, they have the talent.
Miami's scary, and Buffalo is scary. Yeah. There's your. That's like five.
And we're not even. I think the Chargers are going to make some noise if they can get healthy.
Yeah.
Listen to how well they've been playing, but listen, they haven't had Keenan Allen or Mike Williams at all this year.
Yeah.
Or their starting center, they're getting all of them back. If they're healthy again.
But I mean, you look at Cincinnati's uphill battles there with no Jamar Chase, no
I don't disagree. I'm just saying from a sleeper team for me, I feel like the Chargers are on that spot where they might make some noise in the playoffs.
Yeah.
With that giant caveat of if they get healthy, because health is really what's going to matter on the way out.
You know what? I agree with you. You can't count them out. Yeah. What about Odell Beckham doing his Super Bowl chase again there? Huh?
Well, I mean, what about the news that he's only available for the Super Bowl game?
Oh my gosh, that's the most OBJ thing I've ever heard. Oh my gosh.
Hey, listen, Odell, congratulations on trying to get a bag, buddy, but this isn't 1984.
That guy.
Like, he's doing the college tour. He's just showing up and he's not working out for anybody. He's just going to get recruited. Okay. Oh, you're not healthy? Okay.
What?
Cool.
He's been living off that catch forever, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think he really helped somebody. But, like, what he was saying was that he was cleared to play.
Yeah.
But he's not. He's cleared to practice, and he's probably still 5 weeks away from being able to play. Well, there's only 6 weeks left in the season, so, we've got that going.
What does that say, right? Yeah. That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
It's the most OBJ thing, man.
Outside of him getting yanked off a plane for being maybe on drugs, but who knows? Maybe he's sleepy. I don't know.
I just hope. You know what I hope happens? Nobody picks him. Nobody.
It's going to happen.
I know it will. Somebody's going to pick him, but that's my secret. Is like
Buffalo.
No, I can't see Buffalo doesn't need another wide receiver for crying.
The hell they don't. Watch what happens this weekend.
They don't need another.
Just
wide
watch
receiver.
what happens this weekend.
They
And a
need-
3? You don't
they
think
need
he'd
a
be good
running
for you as a 3?
Yeah, but they need a running back. They need a running game. They don't need another wide receiver.
You don't need a running game. You need an offensive lineman for that. Running games are not determined on running backs.
I don't know, man.
Look at Terrell Davis.
Yeah, look at Terrell Davis.
Terrell Davis is not a good running back. He had a great offensive line.
Well, I mean, I guess.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, look at Barry Sanders, though.
Yeah, great offensive line.
He did have a great offensive line. Come on.
Lois Brown.
One guy?
That's the giant left tackle. Which way did he run?
Good point.
To the left. That was bad. Listen, Scott Mitchell wasn't throwing that ball to anybody. Everyone knew Barry's running that ball.
Oh, my gosh.
Running back.
Oh.
Get yourself an offensive line.
Anyways, though, it's going to be interesting this week, I think. A lot of things coming up. Again, I don't think any questions are getting answered. We're just going to, it's going to go right down to the wire, I think.
You keep talking, I'll pull. We haven't picked games for a while. Let's pick a couple games.
You want to pick a couple of games?
Yeah,
All right. So here's my thing right now, while you're looking that up. Have you been looking at any World Cup?
Not since the U.S. lost. I'm only
because that was pretty quick, bro.
We made the 16.
Yeah, and you got kind of
whatever.
All right.
Made 16.
All right.
Canceled a flight to come home, and then rebooked it the next day.
Man,
however that shakes out.
We still have so far to go. The CONCACAF, when you look at that, us playing it like, U.S., Canada, all of us playing in the CONCACAF, we're all starting to think, oh, we're getting better.
Yeah.
Then you play these juggernauts from Europe and South America.
Yeah. I did see Monaco win.
Monaco.
Morocco. Which one is it?
Morocco.
Damn it. Anyway, I'll just say it. Spain was shooting penalty kicks that I could have stopped.
Yeah, that's surprising about Spain, man. That's crazy. But I mean, France. Everybody knew France was going to go on. England. So now it's France against England. Now that one's going to be. That's going to be something
for the King's pride.
That's correct.
For the first time ever, maybe for a while, right? How long has Vince been a king over there?
Since World War II.
Oh. Was there a king before that?
Yes,
was there a king and there was a queen? I don't know my history.
Lots of kings.
Okay.
And you have to think about the Victorian time. That was the last.
I know. It was like, okay. I don't even know when that was. Anyway,
that
folks,
was the 1800s, man.
I only know what they taught me in American history books, John.
Which is what? The Wild Wild West?
Yeah. Matter of fact, it was. Civil War. We didn't talk about the Civil War. We picked it up World War II.
So, you have no idea about Canadian history?
Christopher Columbus, please. Christopher Columbus came over and settled on the island.
When?
In the 1700s.
1492.
Oh, that's right. He sailed the ocean blue.
Yeah.
Right. Then there was some period of time that passed. In the 1700s, there was a tea party in Boston. We essentially locked out the Europeans.
So the War of 1812 is beyond that, so we haven't even got there yet.
Yeah, this is the beginning. And then there was some internal discord.
So the Plains of Abraham never happened.
Nope. And then we figured this out. I don't know what that even is. Then we figure all that internal stuff out. And the South goes back to drinking.
Okay.
And the North wins. Allegedly. I don't know.
What happened to the War of 1812? You just completely...
I don't even know what that is. And then all was peaceful from the Civil War until World War II.
What happened to World War I?
This is World War. You weren't involved with it.
Yes, you were.
Nope.
Oh my God.
The Pearl Harbor happens, and we get pissed.
Which, by the way, yesterday was
that
anniversary of Pearl Harbor.
You know what's interesting? This is probably a big surprise given my just narrative of history as I understand it. I didn't even register it anymore because I have a daughter that was born on Pearl Harbor Day.
Yeah,
so the last 9 years, it's just been her birthday.
Right.
So
Yeah, no, I saw all of it, and I was happy that you were celebrating your birthday, and that was very good. That's the way you should do. Absolutely,
This
absolutely.
is how far out of touch. I may or may not have got a text message from my wife that said, "Why are all the flags out today?" And I was like, "It's Pearl Harbor Day." She's like, "Oh yeah, same day as the birthday." So anyway,
Well, it's all good.
Anyway, for the King's Pride. Anyway, let's get to the NFL games. Let's pick these things out and wrap this baby up. I got a question.
We just got history lesson. We have to make this a new segment, History with Brad Tesh. I love it.
Yeah. See, folks, this is why we reprogrammed, right? This is why we went from Guys, Beer, Sports just to the MB show. We can talk about whatever we talk about now. It'll be a lot of sports, it'll be a lot of whatever. But, you know, occasionally, history lesson. You're welcome.
Yes, my slow clap.
How you feel about the Jets coming to Buffalo and Buffalo being favored by 10 points?
Yeah, that's.
They're going to cover and win?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jets, come on, man.
There's not a lot of good games this week, I'll tell you that.
Well, come on, let's hear these.
How about the Vikings going to the Lions and Detroit's favored by 2?
Yeah, justifiably so too.
Interesting.
Justifiably so. It's not like the Detroit Lions.
The 10-2 Minnesota Vikings are going to the 5-7 Detroit Lions.
Have you seen what they've been doing? They've been fighting.
Listen,
man.
we've talked about it. I'll run through a wall for Dan Campbell. I love that guy.
They've been fighting. That's not going to be a walk-in and I got a guaranteed win.
I'm not saying it is. I'm just surprised Detroit's favored
Yeah, they've been playing
by
well.
less than a field goal. It's interesting. Okay. Are you taking Detroit?
I'm going to take Detroit. Yeah, yeah. I'm going to take
win
Detroit.
and cover.
Sure.
It's 2 points.
Field goal? Why not? Yeah.
Let's stick to your NFC least over here. We got the Eagles going to the Meadowlands to face the 7-4-1 New York Giants.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Philadelphia favored by 7.
Yeah, I think Philadelphia wins this. I think they cover the spread too. Because, listen, I like Brian Dable. I just don't think that they're there to.
You don't think Danny Dimes is going to come in and just wreak havoc all over that Eagles secondary?
Ah, man, I don't see it.
I don't either. Maybe the game of the week: Chiefs Broncos. The 9-3 Chiefs at the 3-9 Broncos. Broncos country, let's hide. Kansas City 9.5.
Yeah.
Win and cover.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean,
just lock that top 3 pick in for me, baby.
Just Denver is just in bad shape. Oh.
Yep. Oh, this is 2 teams we talked about maybe having a high thing on Sunday night. We have the 8-4 Dolphins going to the 6-6 Chargers.
Yeah, that's
Miami favored by 3 points on the road.
I think it's a shootout, actually.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think that's a shootout.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's a 3-pointer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's a field goal that decides that.
Yeah.
Last second one.
Yeah.
I want the Chargers to win, so I'm going to go with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet you do.
I sure do.
My fantasy football team wants the Dolphins to win. I'm going Dolphins there. That about sums up most of what we got going. Let's see. Unless you want to talk about the 10-1 Houston Texans playing the Cowboys. Cowboys favored by 17.5.
Yeah, I mean...
Cowboys win and cover that game?
Yeah, come on, man.
17, that's college football scores.
Yeah, but
17.5.
Look at Dallas this year, though.
17.5, Sean.
Yeah, look at Dallas this
In
year.
an NFL game.
Yeah, well, it was 27-14. It was 13.
You know what they should do?
Yeah.
Is that, this is what I think they should do. Is we should start adapting some, like, English soccer rules, where if you're not competitive anymore, you get relegated down.
Where are you going to go? That's a $1 billion organization you're going to relegate off to the NFL. Yeah. I think owners should be up in arms.
They should be.
I think Jacksonville would have been gone like a decade ago.
They should be. Shad should be quit riding around in his boat, Mr. Racist ass, whatever his name is in Houston, McCain. That's not McCain. What's his name? Bob, something or other.
The owner there?
Yeah.
Oh,
what's his name?
I forget.
He looks like John McCain, but he's not.
He looks like
Bob McNair.
Oh,
Bob McNair is what his name is.
Yeah, there we go.
Mr. McNair, you terrible billion-dollar bilkin of the fantastic folks of Houston.
Oh.
Get it together.
Man,
My gosh.
you know, like with the
The
ownership.
Bidwell family in Arizona, you guys too. Terrible.
Think about it. Back in the day, it wasn't that much to get a NFL
Yeah, no, that's
franchise.
worth money.
Now it's like you're looking billions. That's billions. At least $1 billion.
$2.2 billion.
Yeah. Like, it's ridiculous. Yeah, there's no way they're going to relegate an NFL team out of there. No way. Oh,
They should, though. Can we disagree they should?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, we need to tighten ourselves up here. We're getting close to our agreed upon timeline.
We are.
I do have a question for you. Do you have a question for me?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Which one was the leading off?
You lead off this one.
Okay. If you could pick let's say this. You have to pick one person to talk to the aliens to represent humanity. Who is it?
One guy to talk to the
You're
aliens?
so sexist. They said one person,
One person.
one human being
Yeah.
that you would want to speak for all humankind to the invading aliens.
Well, Adolf Hitler is the first person that sent a message out into space. So
Oh, this is gonna go horribly wrong.
So it's true.
All right.
It's true. Just think about
That we know of.
You know, that was the first message that was sent
That
out,
we know of.
televised.
Sure. You don't think some guy named Dolph did it before that, just to like try out the system? Do you think that was the first
He
run?
said A, B, C.
Yeah, maybe.
maybe.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a primary school.
One of my
and then-
ancestors was like A B. That's where I got the name from. Maybe my great grandfather, Chash over there.
Do I have to pick somebody alive, or can I pick anybody?
Well, it's current time,
Oh.
so they need to be like.
Not a single soul, not one.
You couldn't send just one person, like
Who?
one person that
Who
you
would
think
I
would
send?
be.
Who?
Like who would be the epitome of society as we know it?
Oh my gosh. Who?
I'm saying Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay, I'll agree with that one. Yeah. I'll agree with that one.
Wow. Folks, now you know who the brains behind the operation is. See how persuasive that was?
I'll agree with that one.
Who better?
Oh,
Who better than the Arnold?
I would agree with that one. All right. Have you seen Tulsa King yet?
Tulsa King?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
Sylvester Stallone's new show.
I have not seen it.
No? Fantastic.
Okay.
Why in the world have they taken Sylvester Stallone out of the Rocky franchise?
You want too much money.
That's baloney. Absolute baloney.
I'm not
Man,
saying
you
it's the right
created it.
decision. I'm just saying why.
He's worth every penny. Worth every
He's
penny.
worth every corroded penny.
Maybe so, but he's worth it. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
I didn't mean that as a slight. I'm just saying he's worth everything.
Every corroded penny. I agree with you.
Yeah.
The ones in the pond, the ones in the wishing pond.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's worth those too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hey,
You're lucky to have him. People should be getting in those wishing ponds and dragging those damn pennies out. Giving him Sylvester Stallone.
that's it.
Give him his
deserves
due.
it. He deserves it. Hey, quick shout out here to 4Div out in Toronto. I am wearing that shirt today. It's the exercise shirt from 4Div.
The exercise shirt.
Yeah.
You look slim and fit in it.
Well, thank you. 4Div. Miss you guys. All right.
Anything else?
That was my only shout out. That's it.
That's all you want to do?
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom. Till next time, kids. Be good or be good at it.
Righto.